all know those Spanish girls, maybe guys too, but we all know that group, that one group, not all the Spanish girls, but that one group, Spanish girls, who you know was talking about you in the girls' bathroom, and you know they were saying something. You know they were saying something. Because they were looking at you like, welcome back to Shantae Said a Thing, because y'all already know Shantae stays saying things. Now today's video is about telling people to speaky that English in America. I have a confession to make. I'm not proud of it, but I was one of those people.
What the hell?
Who would have that feeling of being very, very upset and just had the urge to tell people to speak English, because your private conversations with your friend or family member is 100% my business, apparently. Before y'all start sending some hate, just know I've never actually once in my entire life ever actually went up to anyone and said that. I have never, ever actually said that to anyone. You need to speak English. I've thought it. This feeling started mostly in high school, because let's be honest, we all know those Spanish girls, maybe guys too, but we all know that group, that one group, Spanish girls, who you know was talking about you in the girls' bathroom, and you know they were saying something. You know they were saying something. Because they were looking at you like, you know they were saying something about you, but you just don't know what they were saying. And then you heard the word punta, and you're like, ooh, we fighting, but you're not sure if you heard the word or a word that sounds like it. So you just think like, whatever, I can take her if she puts her hands on me, but she didn't, so she lucky. Yeah, high school, right? But we're talking about why people feel the need to get so offended by other people speaking their native language or a second language they learn, and wanting to tell them to like, shut up. Now, I personally think this comes from insecurity. I'm saying this because from my perspective, I realized later on that it was insecurity I was feeling. And I have a feeling that it's like 100% or 99.9% of other people as well. Because most of the time, I mean, I'm sure there's some cases where it's not, but I feel like 99% of the time when someone feels the urge to tell someone to like speak English, that person knows one language, which is English. Like, let's be real. How often do we see these cases and someone knows like 8 languages telling someone else to speak English? They don't, because they also experience the joy of knowing multiple languages. So telling someone to speak one language over another is kind of like, what?
You stupid.
You know what I mean? So I only speak one language, but I do know a little bit of sign language. Those who know how to sign know what I just said. I didn't really say much. But yeah, I do think this comes from a place of insecurity, where it's kind of like this feeling of not knowing what someone is saying. Because let's be honest, you have people all the time speaking silently to themselves, having English conversations all the time, and you don't feel the need to like figure out what they're saying. You just ignore it. You tune it out. But there's something about someone speaking a different language that makes you feel like this person is saying something about me. And I think that's true for a lot of people. You feel like, what are they saying? Like, you don't actually care what they're talking about, but for some reason you internalize it as they're targeting me. I feel there's this insecurity that a lot of these people have. Like I said, I've had those insecurities. I always felt it, but I never actually said it because I knew better than to go up to someone and tell them to speak a language they don't have to speak. This is America. You speak whatever language you want. And since I've been like personally learning how to speak Spanish, I actually get excited when I hear someone speaking Spanish, and I'm just like, oh, what are they saying? And now it's exciting because I'm learning the language. So I realize now that I was starting to take Spanish seriously, learning it seriously, It was just an insecurity thing. And a lot of these people who go out of the way to say something to these people are on a whole nother level of ignorant. Like I said, I felt it, but I never said anything. These people have the gall, the audacity to just spew all their insecurities out on someone else. Like, if you are so offended, so upset that someone's speaking another language, just go learn the language. It's not that hard. I mean, it's kind of hard, but it's not that hard. I mean, there are kids out here who know like 3 languages by the time they in like the 6th grade. Like, come on. Like, just learn another language. I'm telling you, I promise you. If all of these people who are so upset that someone speaks another language, they just learn another language, they would honestly, I'm telling you, the ignorance will go away. I'm 100% sure the ignorance will go away, because when you think about it, you go to other countries. I mean, most of these people don't travel the world, but a lot of times when travelers like myself go to other countries, no one is telling us, oh, you need to speak French. Oh, you need to speak Creole. You need to speak Italian. Like, no one is forcing English speakers to speak the language in their land. Sure, some people may be annoyed, but like there aren't that many cases of English speakers, non-majority speaking countries, and have people shout at them, they need to learn the language. Because this is rude, but people do appreciate when you take the time to learn their language. And another thing, I'm not saying this is 100% of the cases, but this is obviously majority of the cases. I think a little bit also comes from a little of the R word, you know, people of a certain tone. Again, it's probably not all of them, but let's be honest. When you click on this video and I started talking about how some people get upset over people speaking another language, what is the language you thought of in your head first? Probably Spanish, number one. Probably Arabic, and another languages where the majority of people are little, got a little bit of color to them. Because when's the last time you heard a French person in America say, yeah, I was speaking French and, these Americans just came up to me, start telling me, this is America, don't speak French. There seem to be a certain number of languages that these type of ignorant Americans are okay with people speaking, and there are certain ones that are not. Again, probably not 100% of the cases, but it is probably a few. Anyway, this video's getting a little too long, but that's my take on this whole thing. Pretty much it's just insecurity. They don't understand the language. They feel like, they're being targeted and you're not. It's just them speaking their language that they feel most comfortable in. Just like you feel most comfortable speaking English. And I just think these videos that you're watching, these compilations are hilarious. And I love to see when people come at them and like they think that people are gonna defend them, but then some random person's like, no, you shut up, ma'am, or you shut up, sir. It's just so hilarious. Anyways, that's my take. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video with all your friends and family, because y'all already know I stay saying things. Bye. Hey guys, real quick, come and check out my Patreon. I have specialized tiers for both my main channel, Shantae Did a Thing, with all my travel content, with specialized tiers for my second channel, my commentary channel, Shantae Said a Thing. So if you would like to support either channel, definitely head on over and check me out. I update regularly in both tiers, so definitely head on and check out what you want me to do next.